Katie today, and I'm going to show you how you can set up your own business and work from home. Live the dream. Is this like your house every morning? Have you got your shoes on? Where's your blazer, Freya? Can you get off of there now and get your bags ready? Piano books need to go in your bags. Freya, where are you? Rushing to get the kids to school, rushing to get yourself to work. Why don't we just quit the rat race and set up our own business, be our own boss and work from home? I know lots of mums who've got brilliant ideas, they just don't know how to do it. So I'm going to show you how. I've seen lots of YouTube videos where the houses look wonderful, gleaming white and clean. Well, this is real life. This is my life, just me, 2 kids, 2 cats, and nearly 2 puppies. Do that, please. That's not how you do it. Come on, kids, let's go. Have you got your lunchbox?
Where's my bag?
Where's your bag? Here. Backpack. With all this technology that surrounds us, it's now easier than ever to set up your own business from home. In fact, a growing number of women are doing just that, and very successfully too. Here are 5 top tips that are going to set you on your way. Number 1, make sure your product works. It sounds simple, but you know what? I started writing children's books, and I took this one to school and I read it out to the kids and they loved it, and I thought, perfect. I self-published, and that was where the problem was, because I couldn't set the price and they've set it too expensive, so that's not going to work. However, this product I bought, I wish it was my product. It is a pancake flipper, and I use it with my daughter who likes to make pancakes, but she gets scared when she goes to flip it. So the pancake flipper does the job. Test these ideas out on your friends and family, and then you'll know whether you've got a good idea or not. Number 2, keep hold of your money. It's not about how much money you make, it's about how much money you keep for yourself. There is an app called Mint. It does everything for you in terms of telling you when bills are due, making sure you know how much money you've got in the bank. It will try and find a better interest rate for you for different accounts, if that helps you on your way too. So keep hold of your money. Number 3, getting out there. Branding, marketing, advertising. Do you know how to do any of those things? Well, funnily enough, all of the social media sites now come up with their own way of advertising, and they'll take you through that step by step. It's really simple and straightforward, and it does mean that you can get your product seen by lots of people for very little money. Number 4, have a good business plan. The point of a business plan is to make sure you have it written down what your business is, where you hope it's going to be in the future, and how you are going to finance it. Again, there are great apps out there. There's one called Live Plan, and it's won loads of awards, and it really does take you through the whole process step by step. You just answer questions, it fills in the slots, and then it produces your business plan for you. Number 5, think success. This is all about the power of positive thinking. You are going to come across lots of hurdles and obstacles. If you're passionate about your business and you are passionate about your idea, you are more likely to be able to overcome those challenges and still stick at it, because that's what you're going to have to do. Now, every big company out there started with one person, one idea. Why can't that be you or me? Well, Bindi Karia is the startup queen. She's here to tell us more about everything technology, entrepreneurship, business. You're passionate about all of those things. What advice would you give us if we're thinking, okay, I've got a kitchen table, how can I set up my own business?
I think the first thing is to be brave enough to just get out and do it. I think I spent most of my career in and out of corporates, and it took me a while to make the decision to jump out and go for it. You know, no more office space, no more infrastructure, no more teams to do stuff for you. So I think that's the first thing, is really knowing yourself that's what you want to do, and then just jump out and do it.
But what do I need to watch out for?
Well, I think the cash flow is always an issue. So I think having a bit of savings in the bank, maybe knowing that you can pick up a contract or two to keep supplementing you while you're doing this. I think having a support network is really important. I think working from home and on your kitchen table, it is such a lonely thing to do. So, a couple of things that I do is I work from home a lot, but I also have passes to co-working spaces.
Great networking as well.
Yeah, it's you just surround yourself with like-minded people. I think also setting yourself up at home nicely, so making sure that all the technology's in place, all the Wi-Fi, the right kind of desk and chair and stuff like that is really, really important.
If you've got this idea and you don't have any money, is it easy to get investors?
I think the first step is friends, families, and fools. So you put your own money in, your own time, your own graft, and you get your friends and family to back you as well. I think that's really hard, but that's sort of the first step. It's like a grandparent test, right? So are you building a product or a service that even someone who's not as technologically astute gets? If you're building something for consumers, and so you're starting to prove that you have a product market fit. And I think that's really important. And I think then the more sophisticated investors start to come in at that point. There's also the whole concept of crowdfunding. Think about then the angel investors and then the earlier stage venture capital investors as well.
If you are able to work at home in the evenings when the kids have gone to bed or things have changed, is it as easy as that?
I'm not going to lie. I think being an entrepreneur is a really tough journey. It's a really up and down roller coaster. It can be very lonely. You think, do I have the right idea? But, for me, I wouldn't have it any other way. It's absolutely fun. I think there's something almost addictive about it. Rejection is going to happen, right? So if you're trying to sell your product or service, you're going to get rejected way more than you're going to get accepted. So don't be scared of the rejection. Don't let it bring you down. Just be persistent and don't take no for an answer. I think practical things like setting up your company and, crossing your I's and dotting your T's and finding a good accountant to help you with everything is really important. And then finally, talk about your idea to people. So if one thing's not working, try another direction, and eventually you're going to hit on something that is really the golden idea and going to make that money for you. So I think persistence is the best thing.
So let's hear from someone who has achieved just that, and she's overcome massive hurdles in order to do it. Tala Rossi was born in Iran, where women's choices are much more limited. She created a swimwear company of all things. Here are Tala's 5 tips to overcome the challenges that you may face.
Number one would be passion, just because, again, when things get hard, you'll never forget the reason why you got started. Growing up in Iran, I think being under so many restrictions, and when I grew up there were no mainstream designer boutiques, and women in the streets were covered, and you had to cover yourself when you went to school. But I would watch TV shows like Baywatch or 90210 and wanted to follow the trends that those kids were following. On my journey, realized that fashion was not about the amount of clothing that you put on or take off, but it was about the freedom that goes with that. It really inspired me to kind of build this label to celebrate the beauty of women, but also empower women to follow their dreams. 2 would be the journey, remembering that no matter how many times you fail and how hard it gets, you always can learn something from it and not taking it to the heart. And I tried to break into one of the most expensive and hardest industries in the world, which is fashion. There's so much competition, and I tried to do that from a city that is not very fashion savvy. Washington, D.C. is very political, and not many people are, rocking bathing suits here. So I think I faced many challenges. 3 being the rejections. It's not about you. Just like any dreamer, I was taking everything to heart when I first got started. I think there was many rejections, and I couldn't understand why people didn't love what I was creating, because I truly believed in it. And 4, having the ability to continue to push forward and waking up with some sort of a dedication. And 5, really having something that you want to make a difference or a change. Next thing for me is I want to expand my swimwear line to activewear, just because I want to be able to capture many more women than I am with my swimwear.
And if you want to hear more of Tala's journey or more from Bindi, then I'll post the interviews in full on a different click just down below. So click on that if you want to. And don't forget to subscribe to us, because then you'll get all of this fabulous information at your fingertips. And that's it, back to the mayhem now with family, work. That's it for your BLT sandwich for today. More business, lifestyle and technology stories every Wednesday on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe, please. And next week we're going to be talking all things wax. Shall we get you waxed, Bear? No? I don't think he's that impressed. Anything from underarms, legs, eyebrows and anywhere else. Don't miss it.